appropriate on a gorgeous spring day in northern Colorado. There it is, a sun-splashed lake, as we get ready for some outstanding MCLA lacrosse between a pair of top 25 LAC squads here in Canvas Stadium in Fort Collins, Colorado. How are you doing? I'm Marty Cesario, along with two-time national champion, two-time All-American Patrick Sullivan, getting ready for the BYU Cougars in town to take on the Colorado State Rams. Been in this position, played these games, two historic teams in the MCLA. Sully, why is this game so important?
This is the #1 rivalry in all of the MCLA. No one anywhere is any different. You have the two most championship-winning programs, deep-seeded hatred for each other. You got two different teams, one that's on top, has been dominant. You got another one that's hungry for a win today in CSU.
You can see the look on Sully's face. This means something and has for decades within the MCLA. The BYU Cougars are the #1 team in the nation right now. They are undefeated at 10-0, making a run through their entire regular season schedule. As you're looking there, they just came off a win Thursday night in Boulder, defeating the Buffaloes 14-8 under head coach Matt Schneck again. #1 BYU coming into this game 10-0. For Colorado State, under head coach Ryan McDonald, making a nice run. They won 2 games in Utah, came back into town on Thursday night, a comeback win to take down #5 Utah Valley. So the Rams are also on a roll. Of course, there's going to be a lot of talent on the field for the pair of top 25 teams. Let's talk specifically about a couple of players. Starting with BYU, you've got the attacking Jake Halverson.
Yep, and he leads this dynamic trio on attack for them. They score a ton of goals. Jake had a big game in this rivalry last year, 6 goals, 2 assists. So if CSU's going to want to win today, they're going to have to hold him to a lot less than that.
Jake Halverson will be slinging shots towards a very talented goaltender from Colorado State. What makes Charlie Bebo so special?
Charlie is the MVP of this team, and I think every coach and player on that team would agree. 18 saves against the #5 team, Utah Valley, on Tuesday. He'll be hungry today.
Special day for lacrosse as the Colorado State Rams host the Brigham Young Cougars. We'll have it live for you coming up here with Stream It Sports. Live action here, Fort Collins, Colorado just got started. The clock on your scorebook is correct. We're about 40 seconds into this contest between #1 Brigham Young and #23 Colorado State. Again, just started here at Canvas Stadium, the $220 million FBS facility here on the campus of Colorado State University. Marty Cesario, along with two-time All-American, two-time national champion Patrick Sullivan, along with Phil Mildren and his Stream It Sports production crew. All of us on the edge of our seats as we've been getting ready for this contest between each of these outstanding programs. Also, hello to everybody watching on Mountain TV, taking the live broadcast here as we bring you MCLA action within the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse Conference. Just got started and no score on the board. See one shot coming the way of Charlie Bebo. He makes that save. Kevin Mulligan gets the ground ball, and Cale Kissel will start the transition into the offensive area for CSU. The Rams trying to get their first possession set up. Owen Welschlager having to make a save just to settle the Rams down so Colorado State could get their midi line subbed in.
Well, that's almost 2 sloppy turnovers for them. CSU actually wins the opening faceoff, and they're just passing it around the outside. Careless pass leads to the BYU possession, and almost another one there, so nice save by Owen.
Give you the visual setup. Wearing all whites with the green lids. That's Colorado State. 23rd ranked in the country, coming off the comeback win over 5th-ranked Utah Valley. The Rams are 8-3 under head coach Ryan McDonald in his 5th year as the head coach for the CSU lacrosse program. Wearing the blue jerseys, white shorts, white lids, those are the Brigham Young Cougars, undefeated at 10-0 under head coach Matt Schneck in his 15th year as the head of that program. The Cougars coming off a Thursday night victory down in Boulder over the Buffaloes. You see that contact and the reaction of the entire bench of CSU, a caused turnover, and the Rams will get possession.
Fantastic pressure there from Kissel, and then the Dogs, you know, feed the ball there, and they find it, and they're able to get the turnover.
Take a quick look at the replay of that outstanding off-ball effort of the Rams, which creates this possession here. Again, we just got underway, about 3.5 minutes into this game. First quarter, got a long way to go. Beautiful day. I've got 73 degrees at 5,000 feet on the Ram Head at the center of the field. Patrick Sullivan and I a little bit higher at 5,167 feet on the 6th level at Canvas Stadium. Here come the BYU Cougars. Defense reacting. There's a shot right up front in front of the crease, and he missed it.
You don't see it that often. That was textbook. Fast break there from the Cougars. Not sure if Charlie got a piece of that, but he looked to be all over it.
That was gorgeous lacrosse, but BYU can't find the net, and walking it up is the outstanding goaltender, Charlie Bebo, and he sends it downfield to Welschlager. Now here's an opportunity for the Rams, and they score. What a feed from Mulligan to Lachlan Rogers, and Colorado State is first to get on the board.
Love the unselfish play there from the Rams. A couple guys passed up some pretty good looks there. Charlie's able to find Owen on the easy clear there at about the top of the box and just tic-tac-toe for the easy finish right in front.
Number 7, Lachlan
Here's another look at it.
for CSU Rams.
You just love that. There was a threat on the other side of the field, which we described. BYU missing the shot. Charlie sends it downfield. Welschlager to Mulligan to Rogers, and Colorado State has a lead here in this contest. Number 23, CSU up 1-0 after the Lachlan Rogers goal, assisted by Kevin Mulligan at 10:53 in the first quarter. Lachlan Rogers, a catalyst in the comeback victory over Utah Valley on Thursday. Look at that trail check. Mulligan forces the turnover. Kissel gets the ground ball. Here come the Rams. Good decision making by Owen Welschlager. Just a sophomore, but he's played a lot of games for this team. And that's just a nice conservative decision.
Well, if you look down this roster, I believe 4 of their top 6 scorers are all freshmen. And then you have Owen at the top as a sophomore, so the future is definitely bright for these Rams.
Coming in is Cade Ebers, one of the rare upperclassmen. Junior out of Carlsbad, California. And he'll go to X, and we'll see what the Rams will do in this possession. Welschlager trying low to high. It's wide, but the Rams will keep it. And that's Lachlan Rogers down there.
Looks like BYU's dropped into a zone here.
So we'll see how the Rams attack adjust to that. And it gets through. Cade Ebers blasts through the goaltender with high velocity, and the Rams have a quick 2 over BYU.
It's a good way to beat the zone there. You have a nice shallow cut, kind of a mirror there. Finds that open space for the quick look and finish.
Number 1, Cade Evers.
Definitely Easton Wilkie, the freshman goaltender out of Orem, Utah for BYU, got a piece of that. But so much power in the Ebers shot, and he gets the score. Cade Ebers at 9:13 first quarter, 2-0 lead for the Rammies.
Oh, but tough turnover. CSU wins the faceoff and throws it away, so going back to BYU.
And you watch enough lacrosse and sports in general, as you are viewing this along with us. It's the #1 team of the country. I don't care what sport, you have to minimize your mistakes.
Yep, you got to take care of the ball. No unforced errors.
Well, here come the Cougars. Just getting across the restraining line and then peeling back, allowing some midi subs for themselves. Jacob Simpson coming in. That's Simpson cradling there at about the 35. And then the Cougars send it down low. Well, that was a nice dodge. Lost the defender. The shot from Jake Halverson, not much of a threat for Charlie Bebo. And BYU will keep possession. Looked like that was set up very well, but couldn't make the exchange. No connection there, and it's a turnover.
No, just a little too high. It's kind of a tough connection. I mean, the lane is open, but he's fading to X, and that's a tough pass to make.
With some bodies in there. A good start for Colorado State. Halfway through the first quarter, 2-0 lead. Lachlan Rogers has scored, along with Cade Ebers. And now the Rams in white with the green helmets have the ball. Hello to you if you're watching anywhere in the nation and across the planet. I have an instinct that there's a few people watching and very interested in this contest and the opportunity to view this presentation. Owen Welschlager takes that shot. Bounce attempt. His stick was knocked out of his hands. And CSU is going to keep it. Gavin Ahern will get the restart. Ahern, another one of those young attackers getting the start for CSU. A sophomore. Lachlan Rogers, a freshman. Owen Welschlager, a sophomore. All underclassmen start on the attack for the CSU Rams. See that shot kind of sail wide. Welschlager will get it, and CSU will keep it here. That's Rogers. Makes the turn successfully on Taylor Crump, but not a shot on goal, so no threat to Easton Wilkie, the goalie. Good react defensively by BYU, notably Braxton Marion doing a nice job there. And there's Marion, who's clearing on his own.
Yeah, CSU gets caught for the infraction, stepping in the crease there, but either way, that pass from X threw him right into a double team, so I think it was about to be a turnover either way.
Yeah, you saw that, the BYU defense in good position, and we got the right guy next to me, Patrick Sullivan, again, two-time national champion, two-time All-American low defender for Colorado State, so he likes the D, and he knows a little something about that. High credibility here in the booth with us in describing that defensive work of both teams. Scrum for the ball. BYU keeps it. Good reaction. Gavin Taylor to keep their BYU possession alive. That's Taylor up front, and he scores. Gavin Taylor doing nifty work on his own and able to get the goal for BYU.
And that's a big boy coming through, 195. That's pretty good positioning by the defender on that one, but that shows the importance. You got to get down on those hips if you want to push those big boys out of there.
Kind of an odd reaction by the defense of Colorado State. You're looking at the replay right here.
Yeah, he kind of finds himself up on that shoulder, loses his leverage. It's a nice finish.
Okay, we can settle in. The Cougars have now scored. They still trail by one after the nice start by CSU. Ahern scooping it up. Cougars get the ball. Good hustle to the ball by Grant Powley. And now it'll be interesting to see how each team reacts now that BYU has gotten one on the board after getting punched in the mouth a couple times by a pair of CSU goals to start this game off. Lachlan Rogers scored for CSU at 10:53, then Cade Ebers at 9:13, and then you just saw the Gavin Taylor goal for the Cougars at 6:09 here in the first quarter. We're under 6 to play here in the opening frame. Canvas Stadium, Fort Collins, Colorado. Tough to get away from Kevin Mulligan. Good defense there from the Rams.
Yeah, he's had a nice start to this game. Couple bat downs, real nice defensive plays.
Boy, there's a shot from way up top, and Jake Halverson gets it through to even up this game.
Yeah, looks like he got him 5-hole there. Not sure if Charlie was screened, just didn't pick up the ball well. Sometimes it's tough out of these bleachers to see that ball.
That was one of those where us regular dudes, lacrosse basketball, we go from there. You're going to shoot from there. He got it in. So Jake Halverson able to even things up here at the 5:05 mark. Adjacent face-off is a decent battle. Getting to it are the Cougars, and that is Tanner Shields, the senior. Shields rotating in on that face-off specialist position, and I believe that was his first face-off and very effective. Well, here's BYU. They've got possession now and momentum. They've scored the two most recent goals, Jake Halverson and Gavin Taylor. A bounce attempt swept away by Charlie Bebo. Charlie, 18 saves, faced a ton of shots in that Utah Valley game on Thursday night here on campus. Rams were down 5-1, and then Charlie and the defense shut out Utah Valley for 40-plus minutes and eventually able to get that victory 10-8.
Not sure what they called there. Evan Shanks with a nice 2-slide down to knock that out, but ball goes back to BYU.
Get a look at the official who made the call. Charlie read that well. It was a tough angle. Charlie sealed off that far side, and a nice save from Chucky.
And that's a lot better defense from Kyle Sear on that one. Decreases that angle, stays on the hip, runs him into the low angle shot.
Rogers up front, can't sweep it through, and it's a save by Wilkie.
Man, he had a good look there. Looked like he tried to shoot it, and the ball just didn't come out.
I think you're right, Sully, which is kind of why you saw Lachlan Rogers' reaction. It just didn't release out of his basket.
Yeah, and at that point, it gives the defender
Right.
the time to push him in the crease.
Well, here come the Cougars again. It's Gavin Taylor far side. They send it back up. Andrew Friedman over to Stu Vassal. A couple of midi subs in, including Dallin Clark. A lot of work there from Kevin Mulligan. And then Blaine Ware will come out and apply some pressure on ball. Oh, that was really good BYU offense right there. Found a cutter from the near side, and then he ended up all alone in front of the crease and stuffs it in for Brigham Young, who have just taken the lead.
Well, it shows you the attention that Halverson draws to him. Even when he's not really threatening the goal, he's drawing the attention of the defense. Get caught ball watching there and get back cut for a nice, easy look in front.
Number 23 for BYU, Cade
Here's a
Kirschner.
look at it, Sully. How did he get so open?
Yep, you see, I can't tell what that is. If that's Sear down there, it looks like it's Will Scott, local product there. Just a little too much attention to Jake Halverson.
So Brigham Young has scored 3 in a row now after the Rams started this game with 2 quick goals.
And we got a flag down. They're about to go man up. Looks like a cross check.
Things have changed as we're about 2.5 left here in the first quarter. Number 1 BYU now with the lead, their first lead of the contest. They're up 3-2 and they have the ball plus a flag on the field. Charlie makes the stop. No rebound attempt. And now we'll see that verdict on the flag that Sully spotted out.
That's a really good save there from Charlie. It's a beautiful dodge. Puts it off stick hip. For him to get there from about 10 to 12 yards is amazing.
So Ram goes to one knee as you see the officials break their conversation. And now you're going to see, if we get tight enough, that's Lachlan Rogers, but you will see we're not going to get that low, but it's Dylan Hoff who's actually on one knee down there.
Yeah, they got him off the face-off, cross-check. Works his way up to the helmet. Anything to the head these days is locked in, so this one's going to be 1 minute. That means he got him on the body first and worked his way up to the helmet.
60 seconds, BYU, man advantage.
A beautiful stick there from Blaine Ware to cause the turnover.
Timely for that Rams defense. Kissel killing clock. Sending it back up to Lachlan Rogers. And look at the Rams. Man down, and they've got the ball. Well, that's already a small victory. They're killing off the special team situation by just holding the ball. As you see that drone shot, Justin Salvia is piloting our drone cam here today. Hopefully you're enjoying the Stream It Sports production.
And nothing will drive an offensive coordinator more crazy than not even completing one pass on a man up.
Yeah, no, I thought you were going to say shot. It's actually, they didn't even get a pass off. Ooh, tried to find Welschlager. Good react by the defense of BYU, getting in the way.
Don't love the force there. You're still man down. Looks like they just got released.
So we're even strength here as BYU is clearing and transitioning through the middle of the field here at Canvas Stadium. 3 consecutive goals by the Cougars after being down 2-0 early. Like that defense by Kyle Sear, the freshman out of Folsom, California, and that sends the Cougars back into a reset. Right in front, Charlie makes the save. That was a good look for BYU, but Charlie B-Ball able to get the stop. Here come the Rams. Good clear by Caden Rain.
Yeah, Rams are going to have a tough time if they're asking Charlie to make those saves. A couple times they're getting good slides, but they're not getting twos on the backside.
Saw that one coming. The crank and release by Kevin Carson just before the horn. And that'll finish up our first 15 minutes of play. Colorado State, couple of nice goals to get things going from Rogers and Evers, but then 3 consecutively by BYU. It's the Cougars with the 1-goal lead after 1 quarter of play in Stream It Sports.
Rise and shine with Colorado's Mountain Focus morning show, Mountain Mornings.
We have a lot of stuff you can do here.
Each morning, we bring you the best of the mountains with the live mountain weather, traffic, and updates from our crews in Summit County, Steamboat Springs, Vail, and Aspen, so you can get the latest updates from the high country.
All right, guys, we are wrapping things
Watch
up.
Mountain Mornings each morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and Mountain Mornings midday at noon on Colorado's mountain home, Mountain TV.
Meet Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker. New from Be Normal.
This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
Just returning for the second quarter. CSU awarded possession. You didn't miss much on that faceoff to begin the second frame here. 3-2 game. BYU has the advantage. The Cougars gave up 2 goals to CSU and then scored 3 in a row. Marty Cesario along with Patrick Sullivan. Sully, 50 minutes of play. Now we're locked in. What are your reactions after what you've seen so far?
Well, CSU's kind of been in control of their own destiny. I mean, they were winning faceoffs early. They're getting possession. The problem is they probably have about maybe 5 or 6 turnovers that has led to all the BYU goals. So they're going to have to tighten that up and tighten up the D a little bit there.
Sully says clean it up. And you should probably listen to a man who's won 2 national championships wearing the green and gold. Owen Welschlager right on cue as Patrick Sullivan was just talking about unclean play and turnovers. Fortunately, CSU gets the whistle, so thank you, officiating crew. And now the Rams will continue this possession. Again, just getting started second quarter.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Right on cue, they didn't heed the warning, but fortunately get bailed out by the push from behind.
Kevin Carson takes another shot from that right slot, and not being fooled whatsoever, Easton Wilkie with a nice save. Cale Kissel pops the ball loose. But BYU gets to the ball. Nice effort on the part of Isaac Anderson, the sophomore. So 3-2 game. Again, if you're just joining us, Lachlan Rogers scores a 10:53, 9:13 first quarter. Cade Evers, and then the Rams were up 2-0. But then BYU collected themselves, tightened up on defense, and then got their attack going. Gavin Taylor scored the first for BYU. Then the Cougars got 2 more, and they've got this 1-goal lead as we are a couple of minutes into this contest. Number 1, Brigham Young, wearing the blue. Number 23, Colorado State, in the white. What looks like a crease dive is actually harassing defense from behind. That was, I believe the defense was Tanner Retigliano on the follow, and then the whistle blown.
Yeah, tough angle there. Looked like he had him on the hip. Refs calling him in the back. BYU's going to go man up for 30.
And I'm tracking personnel off camera, and it will be Retigliano on one knee. Will Scott subbed out for the defense. Blaine Ware stays down there along with Kyle Sear as the low defenders. You can see Kevin Mulligan kind of right in front of his goaltender, Charlie Bebo. So BYU man up once again for the second time in the game. They've got the 3-2 lead. Cale Kissel is just outstanding. Look at that. Takes the ball away, and he is on his way.
Well, 2 amazing man-down efforts from Cale Kissel this time. Blaine Ware the first time, just having your stick up in the passing lane, batting it down, giving your team a chance.
Thanks for helping me out. I thought so. That is both times Cale Kissel kind of killing off the man-up situation for the opponent. So if you're looking for good things, if you were a Rams fanatic, well, man down, that's twice in a row now. We've seen this. CSU having lengthy possession with the ball. That shot coming from way up top, that was Lachlan Rogers. Easy save for Easton Wilkin. Here come the Cougars.
That was good offense from the Rams. He finds himself in a really nice shooting slot. Problem is he just went stick side high.
It's looking like the goalie for BYU, Easton Wilkie, has not really had any obstruction in front of him either. Really clean, easy looks at those shot attempts by the Rams.
Yeah, if you're the offense, you like to get him side to side there, not allow this young freshman get hot.
See on camera, the sophomore goalie for the Rams, Charlie Bebo, looking around, peeking around the pipes, sealing off this near side. Here's a shot. That wasn't going to get in there. Tough angle on the run. We'll credit the defense of Evan Shanks. There's Charlie right there. What a stud. Sophomore out of Los Gatos, California. Amazing effort in the comeback win over number 5 Utah Valley just 2 nights ago. Nice help there. Good team defense by the Rams. Sear and then Caden Rain. Ball's loose. Charlie snags it and sends it down to Shanks. Here comes Colorado State. Down one after the early 2-0 lead.
I know you love seeing those young guys come in. You're playing the #1 team, able to make some big plays, build some confidence moving forward in this game.
Welschlager finds a man on the opposite side. Couldn't keep a handle on it. Rogers comes back around and makes the shot attempt. And it's wide. Rams going to keep it, though.
Gosh, that's 2 Laughlin's had on the doorstep that he's just not been able to handle cleanly.
Owen's going to give Laughlin a hard time on that. That was a phenomenal pass. So Mason Daly up top. Here's Laughlin Rogers. We'll call that a pass. That is definitely a shot. Wilkie makes the save. Aggressive ride, and the flag goes up in the air.
Don't love that one, unless he got him in the head.
Nobody downstairs likes that call either. This will be the 3rd time now BYU goes man up here in the first half.
Yeah, looks like they got Ty Boyson there on that one. I mean, it's good effort. I'm curious to see if they call that he got him in the head. No, they're calling a trip? Don't love that one, but BYU man up, 1 minute.
Sully, who's also a coach here in the area in Northern Colorado at the varsity level. That was you being a coach going, well, is what it is. Not going to change it. Here's a shot from BYU coming off of Jake Halverson's stick. It is wide. Andrew Friedman will go chase it down and get the restart. By the way, congratulations to Patrick Sullivan and his PSD Stars staff and the rest of the crew. They got a win today on this field. Cool opportunity for young guys able to play lacrosse. PSD Stars beat Mountain Range.
Yeah, it's a special place to be able to play a game, especially as a high school kid. Now the Rams are going to be going man up. We got Blaine Ware in the corner with a huge ground ball off that save from Charlie. Rams going to kill this penalty off and go man up.
So upcoming, the Rams will have their first man-up opportunity. And you see a little confidence there by CSU. So they know we're in their advantageous situation about halfway through the 2nd quarter. Blake McKinley moving it around. Rogers over to Ebers. Carson looking to set that screen up high. He rolls off, but good reaction by the defense of BYU. Patient set for Colorado State. McKinley can't break free. Important moment for the Rams early in the game, trying to tie things up. So we get a stoppage in play. Rams will have possession.
Yeah, they're going man up, calling interference on BYU, so they'll be man up for 30 here.
So that's right. It was a delayed situation to where we finally got a stoppage in play.
Yeah.
Which allows Colorado State the ball.
Well, those are essentially free possessions. That's a tough one. Coach Mack's probably a little frustrated. They kind of settled for that bad turnover there and that force. But either way, you get man up, so another opportunity.
See if the Rams can cash in. They were up 2-0, have given up 3 in a row, trailing by 1. But they've got a man advantage, and then an errant pass goes over the top of the head of a 6'4" attacker in Owen Welschlager.
Well, credit the defense, #1 there. Taylor Crumpy got in the gloves, forced the turnover.
So the sophomore long stick, Taylor Crump from American Fork, Utah, forces the turnover. And here come the Cougars. That shot attempt is no good. Foot save by Charlie Bebo off the attempt by Joseph Ivins, the freshman.
It's a sneaky shot there. Pulls back the Canadian-style shot. It's good recovery there from Mulligan to force him into a tough look.
Nice eye, Sully. The Canadian shot. I don't even know what that is. I was watching. Mulligan had excellent defense, and I was surprised the shot even got off. That one over the crossbar. More good defense, Blaine Ware. Keep calling out defenders, kind of settling into that kind of game.
Great slide there from Kel Kessel, forced the errant pass.
We're even strength now, by the way. So neither squad has done anything man up, and there's a nice save by Charlie. That was a crafty shot. I like that release, but Charlie made the save. Left hand bounce right at the toes. BYU's going to keep it, and they're still up 1 with about 6 left here in the first half of play.
Yeah, Rams electing to go a little bit slow to Mulligan there. Wow, that's another beautiful save from Charlie, right on the doorstep.
Halverson tried to force it through. B-ball makes the save. Here comes Colorado State. Kevin Mulligan. Owen Welschlager up front and score. CSU has tied the game. Gavin Ahern for the Rams.
Gosh, I've been really impressed with Welschlager's vision early on in this game. He has got a cannon of a shot. Normally the finisher for the Rams, but he's been leading the point. I believe that's 2 or 3 assists already for him.
Let's take a look at the replay, Sully.
Yeah, when he made that pass initially, I got a little bit worried. I didn't love the angle, but that's just a beautiful shot. Able to sneak it over his right shoulder there.
That's gorgeous lacrosse. Nice job, fellas.
The ball moves faster than the man, as we say. Tic-tac-toe, 3 passes, the ball's up the field on the back of the net.
And we were talking about it Thursday night. We know what Owen Welschlager is, top point totaler for the team. Big impact attacker last year as a freshman as well. He has become more dynamic in everything the way you just described him. Here he comes down the field and elects to make the nice dish. Leads to the Gavin Ahern goal.
Well, you're talking about a guy who's played a lot of high-level lacrosse, even at a young age in college, coming out of Crownsville, Maryland, playing at the Severn School, playing against a lot of D1 talent in high school.
Up front, another score. Coming from X, Ahern breaks free. They didn't see him, and he stuffs it in. 2 in a row by Ahern, and Colorado State has regained the lead on the board.
Gosh, that's a beautiful sneak from behind. We'll have to catch the replay here. Not sure if BYU was in the zone there. They fall asleep on the backside, and CSU's able to take the lead.
Number 99 with a repeat, Gavin Ahern.
Well, that shows some moxie for Colorado State as we look at the replay here.
Yep, looks like they were in the zone there. I see 50 kind of camping on the crease. Big show from that defender, number 31 there, the All-American Taylor Mason, but they got no rotation on the backside. Rams able to take advantage.
And what I like, too, is Blake McKinley knowing what the play design was, but rapidly executing and delivering that nice ball to Ahern so he could score.
You just love the stick skills out here. You know, they're cleaning it up. They're sloppy early in this game. Coach Mack has got to be really happy with the way the offense is responding after that first quarter.
We're looking over the top side of that Colorado State huddle. And if you're enjoying all these gorgeous looks, keep in mind our broadcast produced and delivered to you by Streamin' Sports. Very possible because of the smart and active investment of Colorado State men's lacrosse. So look at BYU, head coach Matt Schneck right there with the gray hat. If you'd like to start a conversation about opportunities for your teams and athletes and events to get showcased on streams like this with Stream It Sports, we're very happy to connect with you, share with you how we do this, why we do it, if it fits for you. Hit us up via email, Phil@streamitsports.com or Marty@streamitsports.com. We're also available on the socials as well. DM us on the Insta or the Twitter. Who doesn't like this show? I mean, we've got number 1 versus number 23. CSU went up 2, BYU scored 3. The Rams put another 2 on the board. Rams back up on top. This is good stuff. And then a face-off win for Dylan Hoff. Kissel shoots it. Wilkie saves. And then Body's hitting the turf.
Yeah, unfortunately, not intentional, but gets table-topped by his own guy there.
Right.
I think the ref actually gave him the little push there.
I'm going to guess in film study, you're going to have a little laughing with that.
Oh, the boys will be having fun with him on that one.
Yep.
See, I'm not sure how they don't see 50 there for the late. That's coming really late, about 5 seconds after that play.
That might be why you're hearing some groans across the way. People in the east stands moaning a little bit. I think they saw the replay on the board and realized what you're describing, Sully. Under 5 to play here, second quarter. 1 goal differential. Now Colorado State has the lead over the number 1 team in the country, Brigham Young. It is BYU in blue with the ball. Kevin Mulligan harassing and forcing the turnover.
He's had a really strong first half here. Coach Hughes got to be very impressed.
Well, I asked Corey Hughes, defensive coordinator, talking about what happened the other night where all of a sudden the Rams shut down the Wolverines of Utah Valley for 40-plus minutes. I was talking about low defenders, and he went to the high D of Mulligan and Kissel, said what that was really led to the efforts of what we did defensively. And then you get that guy, Charlie Bebo, making a save with a guy right in front of his face. See a lot of contact between Tanner Retigliano and Stu Vassaw, and it's BYU getting awarded the ball.
Yeah, that's 2 big stops from the Rams D, only to be turning it over with about 5 to 10 seconds after getting it back.
Well, those 2 guys once again, Retigliano and Vassaw. Oh, there's a low to high that works effectively for Brigham Young. Score, Gavin Taylor. We are tied up once again.
The 2 slides a little bit too late there. Kissel fortunate they didn't get him for the late hit as well.
Second goal of the first half for Gavin Taylor.
Number 8 for
Now we are even up. Let's look at the couple of shots here on the replay.
Yeah, he's a little high. I mean, draws the slide, no 2. Kissel's late there. Those ones are too easy.
Well, Brady Richardson, Dylan Hoff facing off. Hoff dives for it. Richardson scoops it up there. So good work by Brady Richardson, the junior out of Great Falls, Virginia.
Careless turnover back to the Rams. It's a tough one, too. Dylan Hoff actually wins the faceoff, and you see that a lot. It reminds me of a guy, Scott Gelston, shout out, down in Plano, Texas right now, old Ram. He'd always win it forward and then kind of hockey it, sweep it back to the wing. Hoff just misses it, and BYU was able to get possession, but fortunately, careless turnover back to the Rams.
Now we've slowed things down as the midfielders sub in for Colorado State, including Cade Ebers. You see him at the bottom of your screen. Here comes Kevin Carson. Nothing there. Good defense. Grant Powley. Welschlager trying to make the turn and bounced a little bit too early and over the top of the goalie, Easton Wilkie.
Yeah, tough to tell. Wilkie may have gotten a piece of that.
Kind of pushed it high up above him. Well, Carson's got it right here. Let's see what Kevin Carson can do. Rogers. Radical angle there. He wasn't going to get that in. Through the space of the crease. CSU will keep it. There's Gavin Ahern, scored the most recent 2 goals for CSU. Approaching the 2-minute mark remaining in the first half of play here at Canvas Stadium, Fort Collins, Colorado.
You see BYU here mixing in and out of this zone.
Way up high, Welschlager saved easily, Wilkie, and then he clears. Look at the quick transition, BYU. Here come the Cougars. A misstep. Instead of falling, Taylor Crump gets the long pole goal for the Cougars.
That was almost scary looking. I don't know if he
thought he blew out his knee.
Yeah, that was a little worrisome, but I think it even freezed the defense there because he got into a spot and they thought he was going to fall down and kind of froze everybody, and then he's able to collect himself and finish it, put the Cougars back up 1.
Taylor Crump coming down the field. You see the flubber kicking up. You thought maybe an injury, but instead Crump gets the goal and regains the lead for Brigham Young. Seen that a couple of times in this game for both teams, where a nice save is quickly transitioned through midfield, and then you get a rapid score. CSU did it once. And then you just saw BYU with Taylor Crump. Well, the Rams going to try to tie it up before we go to the intermission break. 70 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Low to Welschlager. Cutter is not open. Ball is free. Boyson's going to try to chase for it. Scoops it up, gets hit in the chest. Fortunately for the Rams, they get a hold of it. That's Gavin Ahern pouncing on it. The crowd is saying, hurry up. About 40 seconds left. That is Ahern. Mason Daly tries to swim through the defense. Ball popped loose and then scooped up by Crump. There's time for BYU to get a shot off here. And now a timeout called by head coach Matt Schneck and Brigham Young with a click over 17 seconds left. We're going to stay right here. Happy to have you here. Phil Mildren and his Stream It Sports crew bringing you this new media broadcast presentation. Getting multiple cut shots with beautiful looks, so you can see these really talented dudes playing the Lax here on a Saturday afternoon on the Front Range in Colorado. 5:17 p.m. Mountain Time. Still got 72 degrees as we're up here on the 6th level at Canvas Stadium. Get the eavesdrop in there. That's Justin Salvia creeping in with his drone. Gorgeous look at Matt Schneck drawing up a play for Brigham Young. They have 17 seconds to try to get a goal here before the break. And then you look at the Rams about to break huddle. Crossway in the east stands. Smart people. You got 2 top 25 squads, long-time juggernaut rivals in the MCLA, and it's a gorgeous day. BYU takes the shot. It's off of Jake Halverson, the attacker. Couple ticks. Knocked loose. Cale Kissel sends it downfield. And it'll remain a 1-goal
And
differential.
that'll do it. CSU
A good defense after that
BYU
timeout by
5.
Colorado
We're
State
on
to stay
halftime.
within one. CSU started the game with 2 goals. Then BYU countered with 3 in a row to take a lead. The Rams regained an advantage at the 5:20 mark for 3, and then 2 in a row by Brigham Young, and that's where we stand. After 2 quarters of play, 1-goal advantage for BYU over CSU. It's halftime.
How was it? Is it good?
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
Look at the face-off to begin the third quarter of play. A tight contest between these couple of top 25 squads. Legendary programs in college lacrosse. Number 1, BYU with the 1-goal lead over number 23, Colorado State. Glad to have you with us. We are live from Fort Collins, Colorado, Canvas Stadium, home of Jay Norvell's football squad. They just had a scrimmage downstairs earlier today. Spring game for the green and gold coming up next week on Saturday, so we're pumped for that. A lot of good sports stuff happening here on campus at CSU. Marty Cesario, along with two-time All-American, two-time national champion Patrick Sullivan, Phil Mildren, and a Stream It Sports crew just getting underway here about 45 seconds into the third quarter. 1-goal lead for BYU in blue. The Rams have the ball. They're wearing white as we just get started. As the Rams settle into this tack, Sully, what are your reactions now? We've had full 2 quarters, just getting the second half going.
Well, for the Rams, you need to dissect what this BYU defense is doing. Are they playing zone? Are they playing man? Face-offs have been pretty even in the first half. Both teams just a little sloppy with the ball. Both coaches, over on the sideline talking to their guys a lot. Got to slow it down. Got to take care of it.
And as Sully is talking about ball possession and being secure with it, Braxton Marion forces a turnover for BYU. So the Cougars in blue with their first attack set, so to speak, about a minute and a half here in the third quarter. It's interesting, too, when you heard Patrick Sullivan describing what his reactions are after one half of play. What is it that BYU is doing defensively? And can you recognize it in terms of attacking it? CSU certainly didn't do very well with that in their first possession, and now you get the Cougars here with the ball. 1-goal game. Top team in the country, BYU, with the advantage. And the shot by Jake Halverson and a stop by Charlie Bebo. Great job by Will Scott, scooping up, and he's on the run. Also very aware of that trail check coming into play.
Look at those wheels from Will Scott. Didn't see that too much in high school. That speed training's been paying off.
Big smile on the face of Patrick Sullivan, who knows Will Scott very well. Local kid, played here in this town, Fort Collins, and look where he is now, playing the number 1 team in the country at a $220 million football facility. That's a pretty good experience for a young guy. Ty Boyson has the ball right now for CSU. Rams looking to tie it up. It would be a great way to start the second half for them. Behind the back attempt from Gavin Ahern is wide, and a rapid reaction by Grant Howley, who has it right now and sends it forward.
That's a great time to pull that BTB. The problem is he had to switch hands, and it happened so quick, so he wasn't able to get enough power on it.
Well, Rams got 1 shot on goal. Not much of a threat for the goaltender Easton Wilkie, and now BYU is settling in. Again, the Cougars have the 1-goal lead. Rams scored 2, BYU followed with 3. We finished the first quarter with the Cougars leading 3-2. And there is BYU getting a 2-goal lead after that shot. Stu Vasso will be credited with the goal as the Cougars are celebrating.
That's good shot placement from Vasso there. Coming down, lefty alley there with the stick high left. He's able to protect it, confuses Charlie. He's able to hit that opposite low pipe. Rams a little hesitant to slide there. Those ones are a little too easy on those dodges down the alley.
Stu Vasso, 11-16 third quarter. BYU now leads by 2. There's the faceoff, and is successful work on the part of the Cougars.
Boom! Big hit from Mulligan there.
Tanner Shields had won the faceoff, but then Kevin Mulligan separated man from ball, and here come the Rams.
And you love seeing that from Mulligan. He's the one on that dodge there for the goal, able to turn the tides, get that big hit, give the Rammies a chance here to close within 1.
Largest deficit of the game for CSU here with possession. Rams trailing by 2. Ali Gerbic trying to send it over the top of the defense, and that will be a turnover.
It's a tough one to give up right off a great cause turnover.
Ahern trying to cause a turnover there with that wrap check. BYU gets out of it, then a whistle blown, and the Cougars are going to give up the ball. So the Rams get out of that, and they'll advance back the other way, left to right, as you look at the official.
Yep, offsides there from BYU. We'll see if the Rams can take advantage.
Five minutes into the third quarter. We've had one goal, Stu Vasso at 11-16, which has given BYU their largest advantage of the contest. Lots of time. You see the patience of the Rams. Kevin Carson probing. Nothing there. Braxton Marion with some good defense on ball. Across the way to Welschlager. And he is wide of the cage. Can't tell if Taylor Mason, the defender, got a piece of that. But the Rams will keep it. That's Gavin Ahern back there.
You'd like to see more opportunities for Owen. He has a really nice, deceptive shot. Probably only 2 or 3 shots so far this game.
A bouncer coming through. Wilkie makes the save, and then a battle for the ball. And we're going to stay right here. CSU's going to keep it.
Yeah, it's a bailout for the Rams there. Kind of want to stay away from this turf. You see a little, not too many bouncers, but you definitely want to stay away from those worm burners. This turf really slows the ball down.
From up top, Cade Ebers sends it, and Wilkie makes the save. Good work by Easton Wilkie, the freshman from Orem, Utah.
This is strong BYU defense. You'd really like to break them down instead of settling for those 15 yards. 6-side highs from up top.
Well, again, like you said, to begin this third quarter, trying to recognize what to attack on that other end of the field. Good defense by both these squads in this game. So far, BYU is the better with the 2-goal lead. Talking that defense once again, look at the work of Cale Kissel. Whack, whack, ball loose.
What an animal.
And then Kissel gets sent to the turf. Crowd reacts, no whistle. Here comes the shot, and that is well out of the way of Charlie Bebo. I get the sense Cale Kissel doesn't mind that.
No, it's a physical game.
Yeah, he knew he earned it.
You're going to get it. Sometimes you're the nail, sometimes you're the hammer.
Yeah, he's probably, I got you twice. And here's a shot attempt from Gavin Taylor. He's got a goal in this game, back in the second quarter. Cougars go chase it down and get the restart in that north end zone in front of the New Belgium porch. Good read by Charlie. Bebo makes the save.
It's good shorty D there from Retigliano, forcing that low angle shot.
Well, the Rams pushing forward. Welschlager was looking for a trailer. Nobody there but 4 blue jerseys.
I think Coach Mack would really like a nice slow possession, slow this game down, get a good shot here.
Boyson and Ebers, the midfielders. Welschlager couldn't get that shot off. It hit the leg of the defender. Ebers tried to seal off the advancing Jacob Burnt, and Cade successful in getting the ball. Interesting technique there where Ebers chose not to go for the ball, but chose to get the defender out of the way. Welschlager to Boyson. Ty takes the shot. It's saved by Wilkie. The kick forward by BYU, and that works quite well.
CSU gets fortunate on that one. BYU had numbers, 2-on-1 on the backside. Good pressure there. I believe it was Blaine Ware closing down on that long pole, able to force the turnover.
Long pass this way to Mason Daly. Here comes the shot, and it's over the crossbar. Now you had the long pole advancing into the play. You really wanted Kissel to get
Well, I mean, it's a great looking transition. You got to step down from 12 to 15 yards right in front of the goal. Problem is, attack's not ready and you don't have the backup, so it's going back to BYU.
And we've seen Kissel score over the last 3 years in those situations. But he was off, and like Patrick Sullivan just said, BYU gets the ball just like that. I love the crowd noise across the way. Very lacrosse smart people. You can tell by how they react.
Yeah, we got a lot of quality alumni in the house. Showing up for our boy Tyler Zaber being inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, those people across the way are cheering with purpose and some lacrosse IQ. Special day for Colorado State. Their what has become annual regular season home finale here at the big stadium, which always includes Hall of Fame induction. Patrick Sullivan next to me is part of that presentation, reportedly wearing his two-time national champion shirt. Allegedly. Hey, if you got it.
If you're going to bring it out versus anybody, it's got to be BYU.
My trophies don't lie. 4.5 left. 2-goal game right now. Rams looking for a score and then an unforced error.
Had the look, a little bit of a force there from Owen. It's getting a little sloppy back and forth here. I'd be surprised if one of these coaches gets a timeout soon.
Oh, and that shot gets through as BYU advances. Stu Vassaw has scored 2 goals in this third quarter, and now this is the largest differential of the game. BYU up 3 at 4:05 in the third now.
Number 16, Stu Vassaw.
What broke down there on the back end?
Well, it's a smart play from Vassaw. We call this early offense. They get the turnover, ball goes to BYU, and CSU does not have 6 guys in. They don't have a slide package ready to go, so you take a chance here, dodge your guy, beat him, no one's there to slide, easy look in front of the goal.
Well, fortunately, Colorado State, Max Hall getting a rep in on the faceoff, and he's victorious. Here's Blaine Ware coming through midfield. And now Colorado State down 3 suddenly. Gavin Ahern scored 2 goals in the second quarter. The second one came at 5:20, and the Rams were up 1. And then Gavin Taylor Crump, able to find the net for BYU. Cougars had a 5-4 lead at halftime, and then Stu Vassaw has scored twice here in the third for the top-ranked Cougars, and they're up 3. Largest lead for either squad in this game. Looked like a good, clean look was coming for Kevin Carson. Then the defender able to regain himself. I think he got a piece of the stick.
Yeah, it was a great move from Carson. The problem is he just had this big windup, allows the shorty defender to get that trail check.
And you're right, that crank, you're watching along with us. That allowed the defender to get back into it. Ty Boyson takes a shot. It's saved by Wilkie. It comes this way, and BYU will get the ball back. One shot and out for CSU here in the third.
Yeah, Wilkie's patting his buddy Mr. Pohl there for that one.
Rams picking up the defense between the restraining lines. Can't get the ball. And then a timeout called. Nope. Whistle blown against BYU.
Yep, infraction. Got to get it over before that 60-second shot clock.
And then it looked like Gavin Ahern was trying to send one towards the net and was deflected. Either way, BYU's coming right here, and they score. Look at that rapid reaction to what just went on the other side of the field. And then Jake Halverson stuffs one in for the Cougars.
This team is dangerous in transition. CSU, I think they get caught subbing there. They're not able to get their personnel on. BYU does not make many mistakes as the #1 team in the country throwing the ball away. They're able to take advantage, go up forward here.
There's the back end and the celebration by BYU. We're going to get you a look at what just happened leading to the Halverson goal. As you watch it, the reaction, that's head coach Ryan McDonald up top there. Clearly the head coach. You can tell by the nonverbal there.
Well, you can tell he is really upset. He's pulling that offensive end. We're making mistakes. We can't get in on defense. We're not helping our goalie out.
Here's the replay right here.
That's just tough communication. You got a clear, fast break coming down. You got two guys behind you, and both guys are sliding up to take the ball. So, guy coming down with the ball head is his choice to either side there.
Well, and there's why you have Patrick Sullivan doing the analysis. You saw that on the replay. Both attackers along the goal line extended were just parked and open.
Yeah, I mean, it's pick your poison, but it's you give them double the opportunity if you have both your D guys sliding to the ball. You got to communicate better.
Well, it is a commanding performance here in the third for Brigham Young. These guys in white with the Rams on their helmets, they've got a lot of work to do. Take a look at some of the physical play here in the third. That was when we just got that third quarter started.
There's that big one from Mulligan in the middle of the field. Love it.
This all fits the history of these two programs. 50 or 20 like these guys, and nobody like nobody. Just look at Cale Kissel taking some heat after delivering some himself. That was a shot to the face right there.
Yeah, they refs definitely missed that one.
And right now, those guys in white for the Rams have yielded 5 consecutive goals going back to the second quarter, and now trail by 4, by far the widest margin in this game. The Rams had led 4-3 at the 5:20 mark in the second quarter after 2 consecutive Gavin Ahern goals. Since then, Taylor Crump, 2 from Vaso, and then you just saw Jake Halverson score his second for BYU. Cougars in blue, up 4. Ryan McDonald immediately pouncing on the opportunity to persuade the official.
We got Dylan Hoff down on the far side.
And there is head coach Ryan McDonald going to attend to his face-off specialist, the stud Dylan Hoff. Hoff going to all parts of that left leg.
You hate to see that. He's clearly in a lot of anguish there.
Being attended to by the medical staff who are directly connected to Orthopedic Center of the Rockies. You can't get any better in college sports. than have an OCR connected to your program, be it football or lacrosse. And here's something kind of interesting. You get Rams and Cougars buried in a goal crease, talking things out. That's Charlie Beeball, and then one of the
Injured player number 31, Dylan Hoff of CSU.
Good to have Dylan Hoff on his feet, but you can see his left leg is affected. As you see the crowd enjoying the last of the sunshine here in Fort Collins, as we will eventually approach sunset. It's still 6 o'clock right now, and there's Dylan once again. We're all big fans of Dylan, junior out of Bel Air, Maryland.
We'll see how the Rams tackle that next face-off and see if Dylan's able to come back.
So now it'll be Evan Shanks or Max Hall who will handle face-off duties, at least for the immediate time being. We restart play. Rams down 4, under 2 left, third quarter. Kevin Carson wheeling around Ty Boyson. There's 2 defenders in Carson's face. He gets rid of it. What kind of defense is BYU playing, and how do you solve it? Diving attempts by Lachlan Rogers. No good, out of bounds, and you see the verdict by the officials.
Yeah, BYU dropped back into their man defense. They've really locked in here since about halfway through that second quarter.
Get a read on what happened to Dylan Hoff.
Ooh, it looks like, I'm not a doctor, but it certainly looks like a hyperextension. Hopefully it's nothing serious and Dylan's able to have a quick recovery.
Well, you're an athlete at the college level, Patrick. You know, like sometimes it's shocked, like, oh. Hopefully Dylan will be out here shortly. Meanwhile, CSU gets possession again. Kissel over to Retigliano. Welschlager across the way.
Yeah, bad play from that BYU defender at the midline. Just kind of bumps his guy in the back. Gets called for interference, and Rams get the ball back.
So BYU comfy. CSU, a little bit of anxiety. Down 4 here, and clearly been handled here in this third quarter.
Looks like BYU switching it up again, dropping into the zone here. It's been working for him, mixing it up. CSU forcing CSU into some bad shots.
And there is a shot by Kevin Carson, far and wide of Easton Wilkie, the goalie. Ebers has it. Rams have 10 seconds to get a shot off. Carson with the jab fake. Turn Rogers. Ooh, I like that dodge and then shot attempt, but it was wide. That was a good look by Rogers.
Yeah, it is a good look. You got 5 seconds running down.
Really, that Rogers attempt was the best of the quarter. Careful there, back the other way. What got to the pipe? I think it bounced off the pipe, right?
Don't blink.
Right. Now these guys are in a good spot right now. 3 goals here in the third, collectively 5 consecutive by the BYU Cougars, and they lead the CSU Rams. Fourth quarter coming up from beautiful Campus Stadium in Fort Collins. Stand by.
Rise and shine with Colorado's Mountain Focus morning show, Mountain Mornings.
We have a lot of stuff you can do here.
Each morning, we bring you the best of the mountains with the live mountain weather, traffic, and updates from our crews in Summit County, Steamboat Springs, Vale, and Aspen, so you can get the latest updates from the high country.
We are wrapping things.
Watch Mountain Mornings each morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and Mountain Mornings midday at noon on Colorado's mountain home, Mountain TV.
High level of intensity for both these squads coming into this game. There's head coach Ryan McDonald and his Colorado State Rams. Head coach Matt Schnell and his top-ranked BYU Cougars. Everybody's got their game face on them. And what a gorgeous setting. You see the Justin Salvia drone camera shots looking to the west of foothills as we creep into Panda Stadium, home of the Colorado State Rams. Stream It Sports Productions bringing you this presentation along with Mountain TV. Phil Mildren and his crew rocking it. And right now so is Brigham Young winning the face-off, and they've got the 4-goal lead entering what could be the final 15 minutes of this game.
A beautiful shot of the best logo in sports there coming off that face-off.
Yeah, it's tough to type the ram head. There's some that can argue maybe they're in the wheelhouse, you know, right in the, but the ram head, none better. Good defense forces an attacker for CSU to the turf, and then it's called. No penalty, right?
No, the penalty came before about 30 seconds earlier.
So that was a delay. I'm looking away from the camera. You're going to see the flag. Yep, way on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. So that was a delayed situation.
You're going to get another interference call, so man up for 30 for the Rams.
Second time in this game, Colorado State will be in the man up.
And you don't like to say must have in sports, but I mean, down 4 goals, it can change quick. That's what I love about this game of lacrosse. It can change really quick, but you'd really like to get one here.
Yeah, Colorado State just needs some success over this offensive area. Haven't seen much. A lot of one-shot possessions. Well, here's an opportunity for them as they cycle it around. CSU man up. Welschlager takes the shot, and it's saved by Easton Wilkie. No rebound attempt. Wilkie will chase it down.
And they're finally able to get their guy a shot. The problem is that is just such a low angle. You're really going to have to place that thing perfectly to get it by Wilkie there.
And just a freshman goaltender for BYU, but he came out to cut that space down. Really nowhere to go for Welschlager. Shot attempt from BYU and Stu Vasso. Stu, one of the heroes for BYU in that third quarter. He scored twice at 11:16 and also at 4:05. Add the Jake Halverson goal, his second. And Brigham Young scored 3 in the third, yielded none, and they have this 4-goal lead. A couple minutes into the fourth. Rams defense looking to make another stop. Halverson with the laser with the left. Dodge, spin, sends it through Charlie Bebo. What a shot from Jake Halverson.
I'm not sure what the defense is thinking there. I know you got Mulligan on him, and he's a stud at the mid position, but you got one of the best players in the country against a shorty in a prime shooting spot. You got to get sliding there.
They got to give credit where it's due, and that was impressive by 21.
His third of the afternoon.
Lost his man with the left. Sends it through. Halverson now has a hat trick in this game. Justifies us featuring him on the open to begin this broadcast. And now it's BYU up 5. And then as the Cougars in blue pack it in with one of their defensive setups. You keep looking at the score bug. There's only 4 on the board until then. Owen Welschlager gets free, and he found some space to get that shot off. That's Owen Welschlager, and the Rams have their 5th goal on the board.
And that's a beautiful shot. He does a really nice job of using that defender as a screen. Goalie Wilkie is not able to see that ball at all. Rams able to close it within 4.
Well, it was similar to what we saw in the previous possession, too. Welschlager coming up over GLE. This time, Wilkie could not get out to cut the angle down, and then Welschlager found a spot.
Well, he did a nice job. He got about 2 to 3 yards higher to give himself that better angle.
Owen Welschlager scores his first of this game. We'll see if that starts some momentum for Colorado State. They win the faceoff. BYU had scored 6 consecutive goals up until that Welschlager score.
Sloppy play from the Rams. Kind of a lobber there, and then 2 Rams run into each other. BYU able to get possession.
BYU's defense had held CSU scoreless for 23 minutes roughly of clock time until that Welschlager goal. Doing the math on my scribble summary. Here come the Cougars. Great job getting into the shot attempt. Rutigliano giving body. And the ball deflected off of his torso. There's Rutigliano right there. No, that's Ebers. Welschlager shoots, and it's saved by Easton Wilkie.
Wow, what a read by Wilkie.
And we've seen this. The Cougars don't wait. Seen that too. Chucky making a stop off the bounce attempt. Careful there. Goalie out of the crease.
Gonna get CSU with interference there. Yeah, Charlie got a little overzealous, tries to pick that pass off behind. BYU forces it, but fortunately for them, CSU called for the interference, staying with blue.
Yeah, you were watching with us. Charlie going for the intercept and the cause turnover. It wasn't there. Fortunately for the Rams, no shot coming through towards an empty goal. Four and a half into the 4th. BYU with the ball, up 4. Will Scott couldn't get to it. They send it low. Blocked by Mulligan. And the ground ball by Will Scott.
Great handle there from Will Scott. Didn't have many outlets. Is able to evade a couple defenders. CSU with the clear.
Evan Shields back to the trailing Kissel. And it goes off of the defender, Taylor Crump, who sends Kissel to the turf. And we do not see any flags. We do hear whistles, though.
So
and now we see officials. Interesting. What's going on?
Well, it looked like CSU was offsides there. This ref on the near side is taking charge, and he's calling offsides on BYU. Either way, that looked like another one where Kissel got hit up high. I mean, he's a tall guy,
right.
Over 6 feet, 6'2", 6'3". For him to be taking it up in that neck area, I'm surprised flag's not down.
Showcase moment for that official. He earned it because that was a long stoppage in play. And we now resume. And it's Brigham Young with possession. There's Halverson. We're aware of him, and so are the guys in white defending. Now that's another really nice shot. This time, Gavin Taylor with the jump shot goes low to the ankles and gets the score for Brigham Young.
Nice one move and go there. CSU a little bit slow to slide. He gets to about 5 to 7 yards, which is prime real estate. He's able to can it home, put the Cougars back up 5. Seems like anytime the Rams, they make these big plays on defense and they just cannot string together these passes to give their offense a chance. They had about three tough turnovers there in about a minute and a half to give the Cougars possession over and over.
And you think of the timing, the Rams have just gotten a score from Welschlager 3 minutes ago. Couldn't put together 2 and then 3 for the comeback, which is what they did against Utah Valley the other night.
When they're winning faceoffs, they win the first 3 faceoffs of this quarter, so they're giving themselves a chance. It's unforced turnovers.
Too much pressure and time spent in the defensive area for guys that have played very well, but just, again, a lot of opportunities, and there's another one. BYU stuffing one from the near side this time, and his first goal of the game, Jacob Simpson for BYU.
And Charlie wants that one back. A little bit of a misread. Really low angle shot.
Is it time for a timeout?
That depends. I can't recall if they had already used one of their timeouts here. Again, that's good defense. You gotta stay strong. Good play shot.
Simpson scores 8:44 fourth quarter. Now it's a 6-goal spread in favor of the #1 team in the MCLA. And some uncommon duress for CSU. They've been on a roll. Went out to Utah. Not only got 2 wins, but just blasted a couple of Utah teams. Put a lot of goals on the board, 37 in total. Then Thursday night, the comeback win against 5th-ranked Utah Valley. They were down 5-1. Locked down the Wolverines for 40-plus minutes and got the win. Rams started this game with 2 consecutive goals. Lachlan Rogers and Cade Ebers. Colorado State was leading 2-0, 6 minutes into the game. Then a lot of teeter-totter trading. But starting in this second half, BYU took command and they still have it.
Well, you got to give credit where it's due. There's a reason why they're on top. They're 10-0. They're the #1 team. You look at a lot of their scores. They've really only had 2 competitive games on the year, so they haven't really been challenged. In each one of those games, they've been either tied or up a goal or down a goal at half, and they seem to come out really strong in second half like they've done again today.
Gavin Ahern squeezes one through. He now has 3 in this game. All right, no give up on the part of Gavin Ahern. It was Ahern who scored 2 in a row to give the Rams their lead back in the second quarter. Well, he's got a 3rd right there as we look at the replay.
Yeah, really nice dodge. Goalie reads low. He's able to stick it in that top right corner over his right shoulder. Really nice shot placement.
All right, now stringing them together. There's 99, getting some love from his teammates, rightfully so. And then it was what looked like a face-off win for Max Hall. But now it's just a long battle for the ball. Lacrosse is fun that way, too. You pick up the ball, you think you got it, and then you get smacked. About 4 different guys. That situation happened.
Well, you love the tenacity. These guys want it. You got a big rivalry game. You want that ball.
CSU got that ball. Kevin Carson cradling right. And he's going to fade to the top side of your screen.
I can hear a flip in the back of my head just yelling, like a dog, go get that ball.
We are all for Flip Nomberg references. Patrick Sullivan being one of the many that Flip Nomberg has touched. And it's perfect for you to bring him into this broadcast. Somewhere downstairs, head coach Ryan McDonald has the flip stick.
He is always well represented. Family for life.
Yeah, what does Ryan say? Always Papa. Papa's always around. As you look at Lachlan Rogers trying to send one of those burners along the turf, and well, Wilkie makes the save.
Yeah, they're going to get Grant Patley there with the late hit to the head. I didn't see the call if it's 1 minute, 2 minutes. Either way, man up. Rams need one.
Third time in the game, Colorado State is man up. Some pace on the cycling around in the set.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they're doing with Owen here. They like him in that righty shooting spot. They haven't had him there yet.
Oh, that's a great shot and another score for Gavin Ahern, the sophomore from Santa Ana, California, has 4 at Canvas Stadium.
That's a beautiful movement on the crease and the man up. Now you saw Owen sneaking from the backside, so probably draws those eyes of the defender, catches him sleeping in the middle. Gavin's able to find a little bit of space and dunk it home.
Number 99, once again, Gavin Ahern with his 4th goal.
Yeah, you can see that defender down low. Looks like 31. A little bit tough to tell from our angle, but draws that attention from Owen. Rams able to come within 4. This game can change quick.
Well, I was like you as you were wondering where Welschlager was, and you saw it on the replay too, and Sully was describing it. You know, where's Welschlager? You saw him go around the crease. My eyes went there, so did the defender, and then Ahern got free. Now, Rams can't win that adjacent faceoff, though.
Although that's Dylan Hoff out there. That's good to see.
I'm glad you pointed that out. I saw the 31. That's good stuff. Dylan Hoff had gone down a few minutes ago with what looked like a leg injury, but out there again. So that's excellent news. You want all the student athletes to be able to participate in this situation all the time. Under 6 left here in the 4th quarter. Brigham Young has given up 2 in a row, both to Gavin Ahern, but the Cougars still lead by 4. Whistle blown. Shot goes towards the crease. Charlie makes the save. Rebound attempt no good. And then now we'll stop play, and BYU will now go man up.
I'm going to get Mulligan with the slash here. I'd love to see the replay on this.
Get that drone along the GLE here. Kind of hover over the left side of Charlie Debo and his crease as the defense of Colorado State sets up. And Dallin Clark will start things off. So Rams on one knee over on the near side. Man up, BYU, up 4 in the game with about 5 left in the 4th quarter. Brigham Young looking to go 11-0. They've won 10 consecutive here in the 2024 season. Halverson trying to step through. I think Will Scott got a piece of that with his long pole.
Credit Cale Kissel there.
Nice work by Cale Kissel, and that'll work as well.
Little miscommunication from the Cougars on that man up. He's coming to set a pick, thought he was dropping to that shooting slot. Rams coming in transition.
Caden Rain has it. It comes across this way, and that'll be a turnover by the Rams. And keep in mind, BYU is still man up with 4.5 left here in the 4th quarter. Had that opportunity after BYU gave him the ball.
I don't know if he just didn't see that out of his stick. He was wide open in the middle of the field, no pressure.
Now we're looking at the official, and now we'll have a timeout.
And now we get another look here from Mulligan there. I don't know. I'm just not seeing a slash there. That's a good hard play.
Yeah, you'd think consistency in those situations. With all that we've seen, that gets a whistle. That is not why Colorado State is trailing by 4 as we look at through. And now we have a timeout called, so units are grouped up, bunches of 4. And right now we're looking over the top of some of the Rams. What do you say, who's that?
it's time to buckle down. Defensively, we're going to have to dial up the pressure. 4 goals with 4 minutes left. I mean, the nice thing about college is you're going to get the ball back, but 68 seconds on the shot clock here. That's a lot of ticks off that clock with the short time left. So you'd like to see guys like Kissel and Blaine Ware dial up some of those surgical checks and get the ball back for the Rams.
Time is fading, sun is dropping, 6:20 Mountain Time here in Fort Collins, Colorado. Let's see what Colorado State can accomplish after that timeout break. Look over the top. Do a clockwise spin. Sometimes Millie and his crew like to flex a little. It's all right, again, if you got it. You got skills.
Let him show.
You must share. I mean, that's just the rule. Do not bogart your greatness. And then right out of the timeout, BYU gets one on the board. You talk about flexing. The Cougars come out of that timeout and say, we have designed something, and we are now successful again.
I believe that was our guy Halverson again. I think that's his, what, 4th on the day? 4th, yeah.
Number 16, Stu Vasso for
It's Stu Vasso,
his 3rd of the
who is now among those who have 3. That one hurt. After the timeout, you took the timeout, you know where time is limited. And BYU came out and knocked you upside the forehead.
Great defensive play from 77 there. Kevin Carson throwing the trail track, getting the ball back for the Rams.
Well, and there's Carson right there, and he gets a score. So he gets rewarded for his defensive effort and gets called out by Patrick Sullivan. Kevin Carson with the goal for Colorado State.
Those are big effort plays. We love that. Did the CSU coaching staff. Kevin Carson, mid, doesn't play a lot of defense. Bust his hump to get back in defense, make a play, get the ball back for the Rams. He's able to come full circle and get the goal.
For CSU.
First goal of the game for Kevin Carson. And I'm like you, Sully. It's nice. He put in that effort. Had an opportunity to reward himself and got the goal. So Rams within 4. And they have the ball. Welschlager can't get it. Missed connection between him and his teammate.
When that's Dylan Hoff had a great faceoff, goes and gets the ball. You have time there, and you have numbers. You got about 4 guys against 2 there. Forces it over to Welschlager. Those ones are tough. And then we got a Cougar down here.
Yeah, those are the ones, and again, you're a former player. You're going to watch that tape and go, oh, there's all these little moments. Or if we could change that.
Well, that's that youth. You got to learn. Those are those tough ones. Unfortunately, it happens into that a big rivalry game.
Looking at what happened after the face-off.
Yeah, another guy holding his leg. I'm not sure. It looked like a pretty clean hit from Dylan there. I'm not sure if his foot got caught when he was going down. He is able to get up, but he needs some help from his teammates to get off.
That's Grant Pauley, the senior out of Las Vegas. Wish him well.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay. He's been a beast for them on the defensive side today.
I've called him. You've pointed him out quite often. Again, Pauley being helped out by his teammate. That's Tanner Shields, who's wearing the 24 today. If you're a BYU fan, head coach Matt Schneck had informed me ahead of the game. Shields not wearing 6. He's 24 all day long. Three and a half left, roughly, 4th quarter. Number 1, Brigham Young, with 4-goal advantage over number 23, CSU. Blaine Ware tracking Stu Vasso, who's had himself a heck of a second half. Vasso with 3 goals here in the final 2 quarters. The Cougars have quieted Canvas Stadium.
Big save there from Charlie off the shoulder. Defense is getting aggressive now, trying to get the ball back, give up top side. Huge save, although it does reset the shot clock for BYU.
So maybe some more risks being taken by the defense of Colorado State in this situation where their time is ticking away. See Rutigliano on ball. Ooh, and the guy gets free and he gets the score. And the guy is Andrew Friedman. Did he wear down the defender? Friedman, successful in solving Charlie Debo and gets a 13th goal on the board for BYU.
Yeah, no disrespect to Rutigliano, but you don't want a shorty on the ball in that scenario where you're trying to get the ball back. Force him to give it up and let your Poles go to town.
Andrew Friedman, junior from Provo, gets his first goal of
Andrew
this game.
Friedman, number 4.
Another Cougar down. This time the face-off guy. That was 24 you mentioned.
Yeah, that was Tanner Shields, the senior from Springville, Utah. Well, hopefully this will be a quick pause in the action. That would mean that Shields gets right back up. Again, hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast presentation here with Stream It Sports and Mountain TV. And if you want to talk to us about opportunities for your athletes and your teams, your events, you can do that. We're available multiple ways. We've got all the gadgets. Email Phil@streamitsports.com, Marty@streamitsports.com. Hit us up on my personal handle, Twitters or Instagram. Stream It Sports is also on the Twitter. I like that he's up. And hopefully, again, kind of like the Dylan Hoff situation, that he shakes that off.
Well, you see Coach Schneck come out there and he's stretching him out on the field. I wonder if he's just cramping there, getting some bad ones out.
And that wouldn't be bad at all, right? Taking a shot at us. There we go. Sully flexing his two-time national champion shirt, which, regardless of what happens today, he's earned bad.
Turnover for BYU coming back to the Rams. 2 minutes left here.
Well, here comes Mulligan. And they lost the ball.
Yeah, had the look, just shorted him.
Seen a lot of things the Rams aren't going to like when they watch tape between the restraining lines.
Kevin Carson ends up on his belly there, but they're not calling the push, but BYU gets it out of bounds and it's going back to the Rams.
And then another stoppage in play. Kind of off the wheels on the pace of this game here towards the end.
Yeah, I see the refs looking back on the clock. Wonder if they're going to put a couple more seconds back on.
Okay. Nice eye, Sully. Wanted an adjustment.
We'll see if I'm a good lip reader. I heard 138.
Okay.
C 138.
Boom. Nice. Sully.
Might have a second career ahead of me.
In espionage?
Perhaps.
Right. Good read. 138 on the clock and ticking now. Rams, you know, one step at a time, right? Trying to get their 9th goal. And again, in the midfield area, things are tough. A lot of challenges.
Looks have been there. They just have not been able to execute as cleanly as I'd like today.
And that shot attempt is off. The crowd groans a little bit. Gavin Aher, who has 4 goals in this game, so it's been a nice effort for him. Why not take the shot?
And get a flag down here. Man up opportunity for the Rams.
Boyson tries to get that top corner over the left shoulder of the goaltender, Easton Wilkie, but it's not true. Rams are going to keep it, plus they'll go man up.
Yeah, you cannot run over the pick man purposefully. I mean, you could run him over, but as long as you're not extending your arms and crushing him, then that's going to be a penalty.
So now a timeout called with 63 seconds on the clock. Official giving the verdict to the folks at the scorers table. We will take a break during this timeout. Rams will have the ball trailing by 5 at the back end of the 4th quarter here in Kansas Stadium. Restarting play here. Rams man up in the final minute of this game. Let's see if Colorado State can leave a mark. Owen Welschlager getting his 2nd goal of the game. We would have liked to see a lot of that throughout the course of the game, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you'd like to see that. They did a nice job drawing a play up there for him. They put him on the right wing this time. Probably confused the BYU defense and we were looking for him over on that other side.
Fair enough. That was a different look with Welschlager over there on the far side.
Yeah, he's been living on that left alley. Sneaks around up top. That's a good play for the Rams.
I like that Owen got a 2nd goal here at Kansas Stadium, because again, part of this is the experience for the young guys. In sports, no consolation prizes. None of these guys in white are going to want a pat on the back for a decent effort. They are within 4 of the top team in the country. Brigham Young is going to stay unblemished here in 2024. Both these teams still have work to do in the regular season and then the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse Conference Tournament. Blaine Ware hit hard, and he draws the flag with under 25 seconds left here in this game. Blaine gets right back up. Pound for pound, Blaine Ware, one of the toughest dudes in the country.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
No, the guy who hit him is a big boy. I wonder if they're calling head-to-head there. It looked pretty clean, but he is tall. Call those hospital passes. Kind of see that right when he catches it, you're like, oh gosh, please don't turn.
You see the official again sharing the verdict with the scorers table.
Now they're calling him for 1 minute there, which means he started at the body and went up. Oh, they're going to go 2-man up here. 30-second tactical on 23. I missed what the call was.
And meanwhile, a field level look. That's Justin Salvia on the gimbal now. Just pulling stuff out of his toolbox. Good look from behind the bench. See if the Rams can get double digits on the board before we depart. Get a shot off. Get a goal. Again, leave a mark. Ooh. Shovel shot. Twizzler in the women's game. No good saved. And the final seconds will tick, tick, tick away. Brigham Young.
And that is game.
Gets the win.
CSU 9, BYU 13.
A tough loss there for the Rams, but I mean, it's a good showing. I mean, you don't want those moral victories. This is a young Rams team, and they gave a good effort today against this #1 Cougars team. Too many unforced errors. You can't do that against the top teams in this country.
Colorado State will drop to 8-4. Consider this. This is the largest loss in terms of a differential for the Rams. Of those 4 losses, they came in on those 3 losses, 4 goals in total today. 4 goals down to BYU. Brigham Young improves to 11-0 on the season. If you look at what the upcoming resumes are, the scheduling for each of these teams, starting with the visiting BYU Cougars, they've still got a couple to play in the regular season. Utah coming up in Provo on the 16th, and then they will take on Utah Valley on the 20th. And for Colorado State, they've got 1 to go, and that'll be another huge one. You know that, Sully. As you look at the schedules, look at that on the bottom there for Colorado State, the Buffaloes.
Well, and there's a very good chance that CSU could get a redemption play here in the RMLC tournament coming up in a couple weeks. That's probably going to be in, well, I know it's in Utah. I'm not sure if it's in Provo or Salt Lake City, but, you know, they'll get another chance here.
That's part of the fun of the MCLA and the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse Conferences. These squads play towards the end of the season, and then they're going to meet each other again. So, hello, me again, and we'll see what's happening. But first, the Rams got to take on those Buffaloes and get a win against them. But not today. Colorado State, 23rd team in the country, takes a loss. They, again, drop to 8-4 under head coach Ryan McDonald. Brigham Young improves to 11-0 under head coach Matt Schneck. You see the guys respect each other. Beautiful shots of the front range. We thank you so much for being a part of this. We're honored to bring you these guys because they're extremely entertaining. Thank you to executive producer Phil Mildren and his crew, Mike Trujillo, Chris Angelo, Ed Demophilis, Kevin Lawley, Justin Salvia, my partner Patrick Sullivan. I'm Marty Cesario. Again, final score 13-9. BYU over Colorado State. And for now, we say goodnight from Fort Collins, Colorado.